idea of a good time is pure terror. We've got as much fun as you can handle. Terror in the aisles. All your favorite moments from the movies that made you scream. Terror in the aisles. It's only a movie, but it's more than enough. Rated R. Starts Friday, October 26th at select theaters.
Oh man, how's it going? Mr. Deadman here. Welcome to the Deadman Horror Show. We're going to talk about Isabella Loretta Janke. A twisted mind that all she wanted to do was be the world's best troll. The best troll that has ever been. Be the very best. She wanted to not only encourage a man named Chris Chan to continue on having sexual relations with his 80-year-old mother with dementia. Not only encourage that, but eventually convince him through manipulation to murder Barb, his mother, and then kill himself. This sick, twisted mind. We're going to explore this mind. We're going to explore the layers. We're going to explore what's going on. Okay? This is going to be dark. This is going to be twisted. Yes, Chad. Her dad is a glow in the dark. I'm sure her dad will watch this stream. You can't sue the dead, fucker. And if he is watching, you failed as a father because your daughter can't even take a shower. Okay, that's not the worst thing she's ever done, but come on, she can't even bathe. Okay? If she wants to troll so hard, troll people into becoming an hero, okay, all right, but can she take a bath? All right, can she have decent hygiene? No, not even that. Not even. We're going to get into that first. This is a horror show, as you guys know. Okay, so we got to talk about some horror-related things as well. I mean, the subject matter tonight is pretty horrific, but some stuff needs to be done first. First, Jennifer Tilly, happy birthday to her. It's belated. Got to talk about her in brief, okay? I mean, Bride of Chucky, come on. She totally landed down. She totally got down the hot trailer park goth chick down. I mean, Jennifer Tilly. I mean, if you're gonna simp for anybody at 63, not bad. But I gotta ask you, if you are familiar with Jennifer Tilly, and I assume you are, what is her best movie? I mean, you can pick any of the Chucky movies. She's fine in them. But I have to say, I think really, I liked her in what was it? Liar Liar. With those cans just right out there. Great rack. I don't think she killed any hamsters or did Janky kill that dog? Did Isabel kill that dog she mistreated? I think she did, didn't she? Anyway. Other related news. Michael Myers has been spotted in Galveston. During the calm before the storm, or right when the storm was coming, Hurricane Nicholas coming to Texas, coming to the coast. This is a real photo. This looks like a poster. What do you see here? This looks like a movie poster, right? This shot right here. A guy was walking around in Texas, in Galveston, Texas, dressed up as Michael Myers with a knife. I mean, it's Texas. You do walk around like that, you're going to get shot. But it's a hurricane. No one's out except for this crazy ass. Except for this crazy bastard. What happens? Well, as you could probably expect, yeah, he got busted. He got busted. Michael Myers got cuffed. That horror movie was short-lived. But I want to say, just that image I showed you before, that could be a poster for a Halloween I would probably actually watch. Not one of those reboots or some regurgitation of an old franchise. I mean, I guess it would be. But something new, like Michael Myers on Pleasure Pier. Just going on a killing spree, killing a bunch of, not just college kids, but just any kids. Just go on a spree. Why not? Have some fun with that stuff. But no, that was short-lived because he was busted. And it turns out that it was a lawyer doing this. A lawyer. What? This guy right here. This lawyer wanted to make some sort of statement that, hey, you could walk around, I guess, in a mask and a knife. Now, here's the thing. The knife was fake. It was a prop. It was all prop. Yet he was still charged for it. He was still charged for, what was it? Oh, man. He was charged with disorderly conduct for merely walking around with a mask. I understand that the cops, someone maybe reported to the police, hey, you have a guy who looks like Michael Myers, a crazy psycho, walking on the beach, walking around during the hurricane. We got to take care of this guy. It could be a threat. But when the cops apprehended, found it was a fake knife and just a LARP, just a lawyer posing, I mean, what is the crime there? What is the crime? He committed no crime. He broke no law. It's bullshit. But you don't have to worry, in case you are, about that. He's a lawyer. He's going to go off just fine. He's going to be fine. He's going to be fine. But anyway. All right. Now that everybody's in here for Isabelle Loretta Janke. I like this image of her. Look at those dead eyes. Those soulless eyes. Dark. Black as coal. There's nothing. She is a manipulator. She's a liar. She's a narcissist. She's a psychopath. She doesn't care about you. She doesn't care about her friends. She doesn't reason about friendship and feelings like that. She cares about herself. She cares about her future, her legacy on the internet. I guarantee you, Isabelle is enjoying this. The fact that I'm talking about her, the fact that so many other people are talking about her, and the fact that she has her own dedicated sub-thread on Kiwi Farms. She's loving that. She got what she wanted. She got what she wanted, and I hope she enjoys it. I hope she enjoys the bed she's going to be lying in for a long time. And I understand that apparently she lawyered up, but that lawyer did not send a cease and desist letter to Kiwi Farms. No, because even the attorney knows that would be futile. Because I guess after talking to his own client, that the information on the farms is pretty damning, and it came from her own Discord. Everything we're talking about here tonight, it's either come from someone who knows her or from her own Discord server. You see, Loretta, or Isabelle Loretta Janke, was a student at Texas Tech. And while a student, she had a Discord, the chess club, that wasn't even a chess club. That was just a front. I don't think these kids even knew how to play chess. I don't even think they know a single move. Or how they even begin. What they dedicated their time on, however, was dank memes or whatever. Just worse than that. Dedicated their time, I guess you would say, like transphobia, homophobia, racist memes, racist jokes, whatever. But that's college stuff. I could look the other way and like college kids doing stupid college kid stuff. But when they start posting evidence, dropping evidence of illegal activity, like trying to, or let's say knowing for months that Chris Chan, a famous internet autist, was having sexual relations with his 80-year-old mother. They knew this for a while. Now, people are on the fence whether or not Isabelle actually had a hand in manipulating Chris Chan into actually doing the act. People say, oh, but Chris Chan and his mom Barb already had kind of like these weird, dirty, disgusting, incestuous undertones in their relationship. And that is true. Barb, his mom, did ask Chris Chan, apparently on several occasions, to spoon her and get close to her. Gross, disgusting. But the way Isabelle talked to Chris Chan on the leaked audio, the 9.5 minute leaked audio that she leaked, by the way, she put it out there. The way she talked to her, I'm going to go with, not only did she know, but she encouraged. She wanted it to continue. She instead of hearing about that information and reporting it to the police, she takes pleasure out of it. She knows that Chris Chan is fucked up and he's getting closer. She's getting closer to fulfilling her deed, to fulfilling her mission, her quest, and getting Chris Chan to kill himself. It'd be easy for her. Apparently she's done it before. Apparently there's a student at Texas Tech named Ariel that committed suicide. And the university looked into Janky, investigated her. Now, nothing's conclusive on it. But even Isabelle dropped in some messages and made it seem like she knows she had a hand in it. But that's just one. Apparently there's another student named Avery that she also tried to manipulate. Tried to get him to be distant from his friends, to isolate him. To get his friends to turn against him. Apparently, from what I heard, the videos of her mistreating the dog was supposed to somehow be pinned on Avery. I don't know how that's supposed to happen. But this sick fuck of a woman, of a girl, apparently would do some sick, disgusting things to animals. One of which was a dog, and apparently was to frame Avery. She wanted Avery to kill himself too. We're talking about a woman who is unhinged, who is a psychopath. There's many podcasts and YouTube shows that will talk about serial killers. They'll talk about serial killers after they've done their deed, after they've taken their victims. But they don't, I mean, how many of them talk about active psychopaths in our current day right now? Like the young girls and guys that are just out there manipulating and trying to satisfy some sick urge. That's what she is. That's what's going on here. Isabelle Janky is someone who likes to rape. Isabelle Janky's dream is to go to Afghanistan and rape women with the Taliban. Don't the Afghanistan women have enough being raped with the Taliban? They don't need Janky to join in, but that's her dream. That's what she dreams about. Most girls dream when they're in college to finally be done with it, graduate, maybe get a career. I don't know. Maybe that's not a thing anymore. I don't know. But Isabelle's dream, go to Afghanistan and commit mass rape. Raping little boys. She wants to rape little boys in the ass. You might say, oh, Mr. Deadman, this is hyperbole. You're talking out of your ass. You don't know. We're talking about based on what she released in her own Discord. A Discord server that had links, apparently links to Tor sites or whatever, some onion sites for child pornography. I mean, I'm not talking about drawings and illustrations. I'm talking about apparently legit, like real child pornography. She's a sick, disgusting fuck. She should be, I think, isolated from the rest of the world. Just, she would like prison. She wants to go to prison. She would love to be in prison, to have that Orange is the New Black prison experience. She would love that sort of thing. She would love that. Isabelle Janky, man. She ran a cult, a psychopathic cult of sick individuals on this chess club server, this chess club Discord. Let's go deeper in this. Let's throw some images here on the screen. First off, here's Chris Chan, in case you need a reference. In case you don't know who this guy is. If you don't know who this guy is, famous internet autist who, like I said, fucked his own mother, was exposed. It's unfortunate how it ended that way. Very horrifying. Very sick. Could be a very twisted horror movie in its own right. Oh, here's a sick fuck. Oh, never mind. That's just a retard named PvP. Totally missed that there. No, but why did I call Isabelle Queen of the Fungus? Queen of the Fungi. Why is she the Fungus Queen? Oh, I'll tell you why. Take a load of this. Take a load of these disgusting toes right here. These nasty, horrible toes. She likes this. I mean, she could have taken care of her feet. She could have washed her freaking toes. She could have done that. The decency, right? Most people take showers, baths. No. Not only does she fantasize about going overseas and raping women, not only does she try to lure and manipulate people into suicide, pushing suicide as if it's a new thing, and baking a cake for them, by the way. She also apparently doesn't even care about herself to even take a bath or shower. Not at all. To the point to where her toes have fungus, to the point to where the nails are falling off. She lives on the internet. She lives on the internet. Her whole life is internet fame. That's sick. Willing to troll someone so hard to suicide for internet fame. Meanwhile, your own body is falling apart. Disgusting. And there's people who defend this lady. There's people who defend this lady like a Dick Masterson for the Dick Show or Ethan Ralph from the Kill Stream. Both these losers we talk about here on this channel quite often. They simp for Isabelle Janky because she has a nice rack and a pretty face. First off, the rack is fake and is padded. Second off, this is her face. It's hard to tell with this dark screen, but if you look closely, you can see a face covered with bumps and pimples and sores. It's like the surface of the moon. It's all caked up. It's nasty. That's not makeup. That's her own dirt and grime. Layers of it on her face. This sick, disgusting individual who's walking among us now and can interact with anybody online. Is trying to interact with Joshua Moon on Kiwi Farms, trying to interact with other people, trying to manipulate and tell her story, and try to tell lies to cover up her track. She's a horrible human being. Let's get into the animal abuse. Let's get into that. Let's talk about how Isabella Loretta Janke boiled a hamster because she thought it was funny. She thought it was funny to take a cute little hamster, put in some hot water and boil that thing, and then eat it. Apparently ate it with a friend, and they joked about it. They thought it was great. Oh, it doesn't stop there. Boiling and eating a hamster. Oh, what? That's nothing. How about you take a dwarf hamster, put it in a sack, and then beat it against the wall. Beat it around the room until you pulverize it. That's what's going on in the sick, twisted mind. Who does this? I'm undead on Earth. I wouldn't do that sort of thing. Would you do that sort of thing? Would you put a hamster in a sock and hit it against the wall? Would you take a hamster, boil it, and eat it, see if it'd be like a chicken nugget? Would you do that? No. And you can't say, oh, she's just a college kid doing stupid college kid stuff. Stupid college kid stuff is like putting drinking games. Stupid college stuff is just, drunken, drugged up orgies and pouring alcohol down your asshole. That's what stupid college kids stuff, streaking, stuff like that. Not killing hamsters. Or getting a dog that needed care, take that dog in, and then mistreat it to where it dies. That's not college kid stuff. Is it a college kid prank to pretty much put estrogen, legit estrogen, not some Alex Jones like, oh, there's estrogen and everything, which it pretty much is. We're talking about putting estrogen in her friend's food, not just any friend, but one of her biggest simps. The friend that really wanted to be with her. Well, she was convinced that he was trans. He wasn't so on board with that. So she thought it was funny to put estrogen in his food. Oh yeah? You like those hormone treatments? You're on it now. And never really second guess his bitch tits. Ha. Chad. Ben, tenderize the meat before cooking. That is pretty twisted. That is pretty fucked up. Oh. Isabelle Loretta Janke. It is a fucked up mind. It really is. I mean, what would you do for internet fame? What would you do for internet clout? Would you go through a gay breakup with your roommate and put all that stuff out there for everybody? Would you do that? Would you? No, probably not. Would you try to manipulate a famous internet autist? Would you try to have a plan to get him to kill his mom and then kill himself? See, the plan was, she was thinking that exposing this information, leaking it out there, would somehow get Chris Chan to kill his mom and kill himself. But that's not the way it went. There was more to the plan. It never reached its full potential. She wanted to videotape Chris Chan having sexual relations with his internet girlfriend Fiona and use that as blackmail material. She wanted to get a whole bunch of blackmail material using recording equipment that Chris Chan paid for by money that was sent to or Chris Chan sent Isabelle the money for the stuff. There was a plan. The plan never came to full fruition. But it's fucked. I mean, what would you do if you had that information? If you knew somebody was fucking their 80-year-old grandmother or 80-year-old mother, what would you do with that information? You would release that information. I mean, you would report that to the police, right? But they had known that for months. Several months, apparently. But we're asking for reason. We're asking for common decency from someone who, like I said, already had maybe a potential suicide under her belt, a suicide pushing under her belt, and then trying to do another. How many do you need, Isabelle? You may or may not have had a hand if Ariel's dying. Oh, she OD'd. OD'd on what? What's her story, huh? Why is the school looking to you? What's up with that? What do you know? Thing is, you can't talk to her. Everything she's gonna say is gonna be a flat out fucking lie. Here's what she did. When she released the Chris Chan information, when she released that audio, she tried to cover up her tracks. She, at that point, when the audio leak was exposed, was anonymous. Who was she? She was just a voice on the other end of the call. And she tried to put that on everyone else. She tried to say, oh, it's Fiona. She tried to say, oh, you know. She blamed her friends. Snaked on her friends. Total honesty there. So yeah, you can't trust anything she says. Not a damn word. Not a damn fucking word. Her daddy taught her well. I like that, chat. I like that. Yes, let's talk about her parents briefly, because we gotta ask, who created this monster? Well, her dad is a CIA agent or ex-CIA agent. Apparently, he claims to be a part of SEAL Team 6 or some. He puts out self-help books and how to empower yourself. What about your daughter? You put out self-help books. Apparently, you're a sniper, but you didn't spend any time checking to make sure your daughter was at least taking a shower or bathing or not her nails not falling off. Okay. He didn't check on her messages on Discord to see if she was getting caught up in some bullcrap or posting child porn, hosting child porn. Where were you then? Where were you then? He wasn't there. He wasn't around. And then the stepmom, because the bio mom isn't really in the picture. I mean, she is. Rumor has it the bio mom is the one who's actually really running interference, though. People like to speculate that it's the CIA dad that's doing DDoS attacks on Kiwi farms and in retaliation for all this information coming out about Isabelle Janky. That's how you know it's real. That's how you know it's real. You know it's real because the DDoS attacks, and when she does finally lawyer up, the lawyer doesn't send a cease and desist letter. Sends a letter to try to do an emotional appeal to have the thread removed. Well, you're not going to... Emotional appeal is not going to work. Okay? That's not going to work at all. Her stepmom is also, who also works for the government, is a criminal psychiatrist. What is it here? Ah, shit, I can't read this. Criminal psychologist. Works for the government. Has a government job. Her bio mom worked for the airlines. Okay, so they all have nice jobs, but busy jobs. Jobs that keep them away from their little girl. Can't keep an eye on their little girl. And you see this quite often. Go follow all the psychopaths, the people that are allowed to execute their fantasies, their sadistic, homicidal fantasies. There's a common trait, and that is neglect. That is, they're left to their own devices. No one's paying any mind, and they can do whatever they want because there is no supervision. No one's checking in on them. Check all the shooters, check all the psychopaths out there. Like I said, you'll see that. I mean, this chick probably needs to be on meds. This chick probably needs to be evaluated. I would say that for damn sure. But setting that aside, and the fact that she was left to her own devices, could do whatever, get daddy's money, be at the university, run this crazy Discord with capos that also are pretty sick and twisted. It's messed up. She's clearly related to the gun. Yes, might be a cousin. I like that. Alright, let's talk about some of her capos. This here is Lewis. This was the massive simp that tried to deflect on her behalf, tried to do a little gaslight, he's a mix. He tried to turn on her and then turncoat again. He's also the person that had the estrogen in his food because they were convinced that he's actually a woman, but he's not. Whatever. Then you got this guy. Psychic Espion. Sean Walker, I believe. Sean Walker. He saw himself as the last or the final protagonist. He was a watchman of Chris Chan. Obsessed with Chris Chan. They all were. They're all looking for ways to get closer to him, earn his trust more, get him to do their bidding. Getting Chris Chan to do what they think is hilarious. This guy had a obsession with a certain this guy had an obsession with Andrew Blaze, or sorry, Randy Starr, the shooter who got 3 people before it would include himself at a market. At a social market. What? At a grocery store. The shooter that thought that when Randy Starr is the shooter, that he believed that he would do that shooting, he would be glorious and get himself a waifu based on some cartoon to Danny Phantom or whatever. What? Makes no sense. You try to explain that to somebody, the logic of that to somebody, it makes no sense. He was obsessed with that guy. Andrew Blaze, I believe was his nickname. He was obsessed with him. And he tried to get Chris Chan to be obsessed with him. Get Chris Chan to believe. See, Chris Chan had this idea of this dimensional merge. He lived in this fantasy land of Sonic Chew. If you don't know what Sonic Chew is, like it's this Sonic the Hedgehog and Pikachu mix. And Chris Chan would create these delusions, fantasies, whatever, make-believe. But to him, it's real. You know, when you were a kid, you probably had make-believe friends, or you probably had very creative-minded, maybe created fictional worlds. I don't know. But for Chris Chan, it's real. That is reality to him. And there's multiple dimensions. And he believed that there's going to be a dimensional merge where reality would mix in with all his other realities. Well, this guy, Psycho Espion, was trying to get him closer to that. The goal of trying to get Chris Chan to kill himself and bring forth the dimensional merge. But first he has to plant the idea. He was trying to plant that idea. But as Chris Chan started releasing tweets, that seemed even more evident that he was being influenced by somebody who was, his tweets became more pro-Randy Stair or Andrew Blaze, or that Danny Phantom nonsense. But he was still, Chris Chan was still not on board of offing himself. Well, I think these people are sick. I think they're very sick to their core. They did this because they thought it was funny. No. You might think that. I think they did it because they wanted to see how far they can push him. They wanted to be the best troll ever. They wanted to out-troll the other trolls. Maybe they did think it's funny. Can't put it past them. After all, Isabelle Janky thinks it's funny to waterboard her friends. You might say, oh, what? No way. No, seriously, there's a video where Isabelle Janky waterboards her friend. With the towel and everything, put the water on him. Now, you might say, okay, well, that's just a college prank. That's just college kids doing college stupid stuff. As we said before, college stupid stuff is getting drunk and streaking. No waterboarding your friends. She's sick. And you know she's sick when, she self-harms with a soldering iron. Maybe she thinks it's, I don't know, she's fascinated by the fact that her skin bubbles up when she puts the soldering iron to her skin. Is that sane? Is that reasonable behavior? No. None of this is. It's sick. I mentioned earlier that Isabelle Janky loves to rape. That she has a fantasy of raping. You might think I was just joking about that being hyperbolic, but apparently there's a video out there of her obviously trying to impose herself on another colleague, another peer, another female college student, without her consent, like grabbing upon her, grabbing her breasts, squeezing her breasts, all that stuff, really in groping her and humping her. And clearly she was saying no. There's no audio to that video, but clearly she's saying no. She's trying to resist. But Isabelle Janky's not allowing her to resist and persists and continues and chase her out as she thinks it's funny. But apparently there's also evidence out there that Isabelle, with other people, other college students, has forced him, I don't know how this happened, but apparently forced him to suck and lick her toes. Who would do that? How would you have to be convinced and coerced to suck on these fungus toes? Let's bring those toes back on the screen. What sort of convincing and coercion would have to take place for you to be, I don't know, to suck on that? But apparently she did. Apparently she has a way of getting her way. Look at that. Look at that. Daddy's little princess. Daddy's little princess always gets what she wants. Probably pampered, spoiled with money. You know she's not grounded. You know she's not disciplined. No time is given to her. Are your grades good? Okay. How was school? Good? Okay. No other time spent. The rest of the time the dad spends on writing books on how to empower yourself. And then the stepmom is not paying much of attention either. Loretta Janke. And let me remind people, the reason I'm talking about this chick, we could talk about another psychopath that has actually murdered somebody. Well, I mean, if you want to go with that, Isabelle had a hand on the suicide, then you could say, well, maybe Isabelle did. But the reason why I'm talking about her is because, yeah, a lot of people do talk about psychopaths. They have some murders under their belt. And, maybe some cannibalism, maybe some necrophilia, maybe some sick, twisted shit. We can get into that. I'll definitely get into the show. We talked about the Baker Butcher not too long ago. The guy in Alaska that had over 13 hookers that he killed, hunting them on his own grounds pretty much. Talk about sick and twisted. Yeah, so Isabelle might not be a murderer. I don't know. The jury's still out about that suicide thing. But she's definitely sick and twisted. And her intent is abhorrent. She is a danger to society. She is a danger to those around her, her colleagues at school. But what would you do? Would you ban her from the internet? Could you ban her from the internet? There is so much stuff for this girl. There's so much. We barely even scratched the surface. We hit the major points. There's other things that apparently she force-fed her cat. She force-fed her cat because she wanted her cat to take big, giant cat dumps. Why? Was this a contest? Was she competing with a peer, a friend about whose cat with the biggest herd? No, because she got off to the smell of cat shit. Who does that? We didn't even talk about the fact that she likes to roll around in cat pee. And gloats about it. Talks about it. We didn't even talk about the fact that she likes to poop herself, shit herself, diuretic shits, and let it sit there. We didn't even talk about that. The father of this child, where are you? Your daughter's in college shitting herself and sitting in her shit while trying to get people to commit suicide. Where the fuck are you? Maybe, oh, that's right, you're out there being sniper, probably shitting, pissing yourself not to lose a good sniping spot. So it's about the same thing, I guess. If you know anything about the sniping missions, those guys stay out there for a long time. Bathroom breaks are not on the table. It is disgusting. This whole thing is freaking disgusting. And here's the thing. She loves this. She loves his attention. She doesn't want... I don't think she really wants the subreddit to be taken down. No. I think she loves the fact that there's a thread dedicated to her. Some would say the best thing to do with someone like this is to ignore them, to not give them the attention. And they have a point to a certain degree. But it stops when it comes to, with the attention, also comes the awareness, the shame, the ridicule. And shame and ridicule and awareness, they go a long way. But Does Loretta, does Janky feel shame? Does she recognize it? I think she does. I don't think she does. All right. So, chat. What other horrible things has Isabelle Loretta Janke done that I've missed? Some other points that are juicy that maybe I glossed over. We talked about the lowering of suicide. There's Ariel, there's Avery, and everyone's funny because there's a cake. She baked him a cake. What? Tries to get him distant from his friends, isolate him, fuck with his head, get him to want to kill himself, but also, hey, here's a cake. I like what you said, Stephen Hawking, the devil's eyes. The devil's eyes, indeed. Look at those. Look at those eyes. There's nothing. Soulless. It's a void. That's like you would think that's a mugshot. You would think that's they detained her, they got her, and when they found her, she was sitting in a pool of blood. Some of the girl's blood that she killed. She was also sitting in her own shit. This is someone that I wouldn't be surprised if it came out and tried heaping flesh. Maybe thought it was funny. Cut off a piece of her own flesh, maybe her friend's flesh, cook it up and eat it. I wouldn't be surprised if that comes out. The most damning thing that I kind of glossed over and just went hit it again is that she actually had child pornography on her Discord server. She hosted that stuff. She had direct links to that stuff. Maybe having a hand in another college student ODing. I mean, how do you prove that? What do you do? Supply her with the fentanyl? Supply her with the drugs? I mean, apparently this shit got busted for selling pills. I mean, what was that? Was it pills? Was it heroin? Or what was it? People say it was pills. Okay. What did Ariel OD on? Did Ariel OD on the pills? Yeah. But I think the most damning thing, though, is the child fucking pornography shit. That stuff is disgusting. Anyway. Isabelle Loretta Janke. Chat, I'm going to wrap this up here. Let me ask you. If you were the judge, jury, and executioner, what should her sentence be? She sounds like someone that would be in a horror movie. She sounds like a little Michael Myers. Like she would be in some sort of psychiatric facility. Stay there. Be isolated from everybody else. Probably would enjoy the rape on the side that she would probably do and probably receive while at those facilities. Those facilities are horrible at times, you know. There's stuff on client on client rape. It happens all the time. What would her sentence be? Dick Masterson, they're just illustrations. Now, she does like lolicon stuff, but it's not just lolicon. Which lolicon, for those who don't know, and it's good you don't know, it's pretty much illustrated child porn. That's what it is, illustrated child porn. Okay? Feed her to the gunt. I like that idea. She should join the kill stream. Join their ranks. And Surfer could join them too. That was a reference out of nowhere. But you get it, you know what I'm talking about. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. We'll talk about that on Monday on Guntwave. Gotta keep things on a consistent schedule. Probably the most homophobic breakup of all time. Anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Deadman Horror Show. I hope this episode didn't disgust you too much. Hope you didn't vomit. If you want to investigate these allegations, these claims yourself, feel free to do so. And all the evidence is there on the Kiwi Farms. Anyway, y'all take it easy. Have a good one.
If your idea of a good time is pure terror, we've got as much fun as you can handle. Terror in the aisles. All your favorite moments from the movies that made you scream.